Greater MSP Business is brought to you by PwC, U.S.
So many of the businesses that make our region strong are here at the fair. Agribusiness, life sciences, the food industry, manufacturing. Now, Greater MSP has had a successful year in attracting and expanding businesses in these and other sectors. So we thought, the fair is a good time to check in with CEO Mike Langley for a Greater MSP progress report. Thanks, Mike, for joining us here this morning.
Great to be here, Cindy.
Greater MSP celebrating almost a 2-year birthday.
That's right.
What has been the progress? Let's start with the beginning. What has been the reception of Greater MSP in the last 2 years?
Oh, I think there's been tremendous energy in the community to know that we're all kind of working together now, public sector, private sector, all of our institutions, to sell our region nationally and globally. And I want to say, before we get started, that we're almost to our first anniversary year of Greater MSP Business.
We are.
And I just want to say how wonderful we think this has been. We really love having you as our host, and we're getting great results. I mean, if you look at the viewership of this show, it's been tremendous, and it really has given us an opportunity to tell great stories about our business leaders and our businesses in this region. So thanks for what you're doing for the show, and we're looking forward to many, many more years.
It's a learning opportunity for me every time I do the show because there is so much going on.
Yeah.
One of the big part of the business news that lately has been brought to our attention is what is happening in the city of Shakopee. Now we have Shutterfly, a high-tech company, kind of an Instagram type company, which is now moving its headquarters to Shakopee.
Yep.
We have had another tech business, DataCard, expand headquarters
Correct.
in Shakopee.
Yep.
What is it about Shakopee?
Well, I think what we're seeing is what we will often see in the region over a number of years. Certain parts of the region will be hot at a certain time, and I think right now Shakopee is doing a nice job of presenting itself. It has a number of really good business sites in that part of the region right now, and so it's been a cycle of success for them. I think the municipal government, the county government, and the state have all really looked at that area as having some really good business sites. Last year, for instance, there were a number of projects that happened back to back to back in Eagan. And so I think we're going to see over the years that different parts of our region will be successful, at different times. It's a little windy out here. But so with respect to Shakopee, they're just kind of on a good roll right now. But I think we've also seen other areas in the region, whether it's the downtown area, whether it's Brooklyn Park has had some good projects, and there's just both East Metro and West Metro. We've had some great projects this year.
Now, run us through the Shutterfly decision, if you will. How many agencies were involved in this? What factors were the concerns from the executive team at Shutterfly? And what did Shakopee specifically have to do to land this big fish?
Well, we're so thrilled that Shutterfly has made a decision to locate a real center of logistics and center of distribution of their product in our region. They're a fast-growing company, very edge company with significant operations on both the West Coast and the East Coast. And so they started over 6 months ago looking throughout the Midwest for a great location for a major center. And we knew from initial response from the site location consultant community, corporate real estate executives, who came to us and said, hey, we think you guys are competitive for this. We're looking at a number of states. Can you help us coordinate the effort within your region? And so it was a partnership, and that's why we call ourselves the Greater MSP Partnership, is because we have our municipal governments, our county governments, the state government, and our private sector working together to sell this region. And that was exactly the case with Shutterfly. There was a coordination of visits both to the West Coast and within our region to bring this across the finish line. We were pleased that Governor Dayton got involved to help close the deal as well. But I can say that it was really the workforce and the available property and land and developer that made this deal happen. Ryan Development is going to be creating this development for Shutterfly in Shakopee, had a great site for their needs, and all the partners work together to make it happen, and it's going to mean hundreds and hundreds of new jobs for our region.
That is something that you have mentioned frequently and that we have heard from guests on our show, the quality of the workforce here. Apparently we can't emphasize that enough.
No, that's the first thing that we're asked from a company or from a consultant that's working for a company. The first question they have is, do you have the quality and the quantity of workers with the skills that we need to help our company grow? And if we can answer that question yes, then we're a very competitive region. If we don't have those certain skills that that company needs, then it makes it much harder for us to be successful. So that's why our education and workforce is so important to our success in our economy going forward.
What are you looking at for 2014 and beyond?
Well, we have, we're undergoing right now kind of our new strategic planning effort for the next 3 to 5 years. You know, you mentioned our target industry sectors where we know we have strengths. This food and agribusiness, medical technology, our corporate headquarters and business services, and our advanced manufacturing and R&D, and our financial services, as evidenced by U.S. Bank. But you know, we have these great industry sectors, but now we really want to know, how do we drill down and find the real pearls of opportunity for the future in each of those areas of strength? And so we're working with our board, with McKinsey is helping us with this, and we're going to be rolling out at our October 28th annual meeting this fall, kind of our vision for the future of where we think our region's headed.
That's interesting. You go deep down, now that we know basically we've plucked some low-hanging fruit, now we have to go a little higher in the tree. You just returned from Washington quickly, we're just about out of time for a meeting with the new U.S. Secretary of Commerce.
Yes, Secretary of Commerce Penny Pritzker, she's only been on the job now for about a month. I found her very engaging. She has a business background. I think she brings a lot to this. And you know, we look to our federal partners, the U.S. Department of Commerce, the Economic Development and Administration, because as we are now, you know, marketing our region globally, it's the Department of Commerce and those agencies that really help us when we're abroad, whether we're in Europe or Asia or South America, looking for opportunities, investors that are interested in our region.
Glad you had an opportunity then to go there.
We really had an opportunity to meet with her at the White House yesterday, and it was very engaging, and I think she really thinks a lot about Minnesota and the Minneapolis-Saint Paul region.
All right. Thanks, Mike Langley from Greater MSP. Glad to have you here at the fair.
Thanks, Cindy, and keep up the great job.
We'll be right back.